video, which is 10 things I learned at 19 years old. So I have them written down here from 1 to 10, and I'm just gonna talk about them. And I will do the birthday story time like in another week, or maybe it's the next video I upload. I just feel like I have to do like more for that video, so I'm going to subsidize it with this. Also, I'm sick, so I don't feel like energetic enough to be like telling a story, so I feel like I should just do this and save that video for when I get better, so I can do that better for you guys. So let's get into it. The first one is love yourself, validate yourself, help yourself. So that is an important lesson I feel like everybody should learn, and I'm glad that I learned it earlier, because I cannot imagine going through your entire life and not knowing that you should place emphasis on yourself and your own health rather than other people, because if you don't love yourself, who gonna love you? Like, really, at the end of the day, you have to be doing the things that are beneficial to you, because everybody else is just focused on themselves. So you should be focused on yourself too. Nobody is going to push away them happiness for you. You have to do it. And I feel like that is the most important lesson I've learned, and I've only learned that recently, because as I said, I'm just 19 years old. I don't know a lot of things at all, but I feel like that is a good lesson to learn, so I'm sharing it with you guys. Love yourself, validate yourself. Don't wait for nobody to come to you and say, oh, you look good in that dress, before you buy the dress. Buy the dress, wear it, see how you're looking at it, and say, oh my gosh, I look beautiful, I'm gonna wear this dress. You have to be the one to help yourself. And when you depend solely on outward validation, it's hard to overcome when people don't give you that validation, because it's not all the time people are gonna be like, okay, let me compliment this person. And you have to, be the one to give yourself love, and then you can take on the world. Right. So lesson number 2 is doing the same things over and over again will not give you a different result. I remember in high school, every year I'd be like, oh, I'm going to be the top person in class. I'm going to come first. I'm going to study. I'm going to do all these things. And I end up procrastinating and studying at the very close to exam date and barely scraping through. I mean, I wasn't like bad. I was always in the top 10, but for what I wanted to be first. For what I wanted, it wasn't enough. I wasn't doing enough. And I was thinking that if I just do it again next year, I'm gonna be first next year. No, if you want something else, you have to put in more work, and you have to work towards it. What you're already doing, if it's not enough to get you first place, it will never be enough to get you first place. So it's not gonna just magically happen. You have to put in the work. We'll say like, oh, this year I'm gonna come first, and this year I come 4th, 5th, 6th, and I'm like, okay, next year I'm gonna come first, because I'm not changing anything. I'm just changing my goal. I'm saying, oh, I want to come first, but I'm not changing my processes. I'm not studying more. I'm not putting more effort in my homework. I'm not spending less time watching TV shows and all those things. So obviously I can't come first. And I still have trouble with that. I'm a big procrastinator, but at least I know that I can expect to achieve great things without doing a lot of hard work. Okay, the next one is you can't please everyone. That is something that I still struggle with understanding, is that you can't please everyone. You cannot give everyone what they want, right? If you're in a group work and you guys decide on doing this, there's always gonna be one somebody who'd sit there and say, oh, well, I wanted to do it this way. And sometimes you're that person. Sometimes you're the one who wants it differently. Everybody have different opinions. Everybody have different thought processes. Everybody grew up in a different background. Therefore, they think differently, right? And so you can't just expect everyone to be on the same page all the time, and you have to understand that that will never happen, and you have to be resolute in what you want, and understand that you can't please everybody. You can't make everybody happy. Next one is you don't have to have your life figured out. You don't have to know everything. I know, like, it's very hard because as a student, you're always asked what you're gonna do when you grow up, which university you're gonna go to, what you're gonna do after school. And it's important, yes, to know that, but if you don't, it's okay to start small. It's okay to say, oh, I don't know what I want to study, but I really like computers and stuff, so I'm gonna start with that first. And maybe in the future you decide, oh, I don't want to do computer, I just like it as a hobby, I don't like it as a work, and I would much rather be a doctor. It's okay to not know what you want to do now, but at the end of the day, I haven't been exposed to a lot of things in my lifetime, and I've only been living for 19 years. And most of those years, I've been a little girl just playing and living her days out. So I don't know what there is, and I don't know what the world offers. So it's okay to not know what you want to do with your life yet. And the way the world works, you have to know what you want to do in the meantime while you figure that out. So if you don't know whether you want to be a business person or a doctor, what do you want to do in the meantime? So I don't know what I want to do yet, but in the meantime, I'll go to college and I'll get a degree, a short course in business studies, and then I'll get a job, and then from there I'll figure it out. Okay, the next one is help yourself before others. I remember I used to be so nice. I'm still a very nice person, but I used to be so nice to the point that when somebody asks for a pencil, like I only have one pencil. We're in class, we need to draw this thing with a pencil. I only have one pencil. Somebody asks for that pencil, I give them that pencil so they can draw their something first, and then they give it back, and then I draw my something after. That is so weird to me. Why would I do that? I'm not obligated to give that person the pencil. And there are other people in the class. Somebody else may have two pencils. So I don't know why I did that, but I feel like that's not the way to go. You can't live like that. You have to help yourself. You cannot be given to poor people if you yourself poor. If you and them in a same situation, you can't help them because you need to help yourself first. Deal with yourself before you help others. Give yourself credit. I have accomplished so many things over my lifespan, and I feel like I can't remember any of them because I'm always on to the next things. And I'm not really sitting in the present time and saying, oh, I did this. It's a big thing because I see all these people on social media all over the world who are accomplishing bigger things, and I feel like, oh, this isn't enough, So yes, I can do that, but they already did it 1,000 times over. So it's nothing to be proud of. brush over a lot of my accomplishments. Again, I came in the top 10 out of a very, very competitive school with so many bright students every year. And I just brushed past that because I was in first place. That is a huge achievement, and I don't look down on any of the people that were in that school because I know that they were all smart, and I was able to place in the top 10 of all those students in my class, 40 students in my class every year, and I placed in the top 10. And I'm just like, well, that's not enough because I'm not first place. I didn't come first. I didn't get this. And I keep focusing on what I don't have and not living and crediting myself for what I do have. So please do that. Give yourself more credit and be present in your achievement. Celebrate yourself. So, yes. Okay, next one, number 7. Forgive yourself for mistakes made. Mistakes is how you learn. So I always beat myself up when I go in front of the class and I'm reading something and I make a mistake in my head. Are you stupid? Why you do that? Are you stupid? Like, that's not how you pronounce that word. And I'm like there beating myself up in my head. Like everybody makes mistake, and I notice when other people are making mistakes, I'm cheering them on and I'm like, it's okay, you can keep going, yeah, keep going. And I'm doing that to myself. Why am I so hard on myself when I'm making the exact same mistake other people's are making? Upholding yourself to such a standard that you feel like you're above mistakes. You're not above mistakes. You're human like everybody else. And you should be able to make mistakes and still be happy with yourself and your life. Okay, next one is be authentic. And that is something I still struggle with because I feel like people won't accept me if they know that I am this person, if they know that I come from yourself, if they know that I do this, if they know that I do that, they won't be my friends, they won't accept me. And it's like, I can't keep doing that. Like, stop. You can't do that to yourself. You have to accept yourself for who you are, and then if other people don't accept you, then cut them out. Cut them out. They don't need to be in your life. You don't need to be friends with everybody. You don't need to be friends with them. And if you notice on my YouTube channel, sometimes I speak in English, sometimes I speak in Patois, sometimes I speak like this, even though I probably don't even sound like I sound in real life. But I feel like really have to be who you are and understand that you just can't please everybody, as I said before. So just be who you are. When I become more comfortable, I'll be able to speak in my real voice. But this is a lesson I'm learning at the moment. It's hard to change old ways. Habits are hard to break. So if you can't do all these things, it's fine. Once you get comfortable, but keep repeating, keep practicing. Once you get comfortable, it'll be good. Okay, number 9, keep dreaming. Important to have a good balance between your dreams and your situation. You may want to go to college, but you're poor. You cannot pay for college tuition. So instead, you know that you want to go to college. Instead of sitting here and saying, oh, I can't dream of college because I can't pay for college, you do something else instead. You get a job, or you do go to a smaller college. Obviously, if you're poor and your parents only making 20,000 Jamaican dollars, you cannot afford to go to Harvard, which their tuition is 80,000 US dollars. You can't afford to go there. So, but if you can do a short course somewhere else, get a job, save up money, and then go to college, then you've achieved your dream. It's okay to dream, but don't give up on your dream just because you feel like where you are now you won't be able to achieve it. Exactly, where you are now, you won't be able to achieve it. That's why you should work towards it. That's why you should make it so that you can do what you want to do. It's okay to think, oh, one day I want to become the president. It's okay to dream like that, but you also have to work towards it if you actually want to achieve it. And finally, failing is not the end of the road. If you fail, nobody is going to be sitting there saying, oh, you can't do it ever again, right? Or maybe they will, but you shouldn't be sitting there and saying, oh, I can't do it again. You, for instance, you are afraid of going in front of everybody and saying a speech, but when you go in front of them and you actually start talking, you see, oh, it's easy. It's not that hard to say that speech. It's not that hard to talk to these people. They're not booing me off the stage, right? And if you go up there and you make a mistake and then start laugh, after them done laugh, what happened? Then forget about it and then move on. You can't keep dwelling on the past failures, but instead learn from them. All of these things that I'm talking about, I said I've learned them. I have learned them, but I'm still applying them, trying to apply them to my life and to how I want to live in the future. Okay, so that is it. That is the video. Those are the 10 things I learned at 19 years old. All of these lessons, I'm very grateful to have learned them at such a young age, because some people just don't learn these things until after they've made their mistake. But I definitely don't know everything. I don't know everything in the world, and I feel like I don't want to know everything at this age. Thanks for watching.